Excellent. Subbed and shared.
Thanks. I wish more people would do that.
I read through a few comments just to see what kind of people you pulled out of the woodwork. Many fine examples of the Dunning-Kruger effect. Dunning-Kruger is a paper on a common behavior where people with no knowledge of a subject will have a strong opinion on said subject. Since they have no real knowledge there, they lack the exact skills required to even recognize their own lack of knowledge. For example, someone who is tone deaf and cannot recognize pitch will sound terrible when they try to sing. They, however, will think that they sound great. They can't even hear how off-pitch they are, so they have no way of perceiving the fact that they are off. If you try to tell them that they are off, they'll just get angry and decide you are full of it.
Yeah, it would be like someone who has red-green color blindness saying that a pink dress is actually brown, though most colorblind people actually know better than that. The flat earthers see the word projection on the infamous Gleason map, but fail to grasp the meaning.
So the moon in 3D changes color, gains blue water, and those photos are Earth are CGI cartoons.
No, the colors are there to channel the right and left images to the correct eyes. They disappear once you put the red and cyan glasses on. I never claimed that those images were photographs, even though some of them actually are. The images are just there for illustration. They were never intended to prove anything.
Mayans knew way more. This is so funny. How much more stupid can we get? Let's keep watching, LOL. Egyptians proved it. They knew. Why don't you?
The Mayans weren't concerned with the entire Earth, only their small part of it. Some realized that there were distant lands outside their region, but they had no model of what the entire Earth looked like. They simply didn't care. The ancient Egyptians, during their long history, had several Earth models, most notably a square Earth supported by pillars, and a disc-shaped Earth floating on a vast ocean. The ancient Egyptians had neither the geographical information nor the scientific methods that are available to us today. What is your excuse?
I do prefer my Earth spherical, but no one has been able to give me an answer as to why a time-lapse photo of the North Star looks the way it does. If we are on the moving object, all stars should look like a straight line in time-lapse because the Earth is spinning. Now if I am on a flat, stationary object with the stars rotating above my camera, the time-lapse image captured would look exactly like the current time-lapse images of the North Star.
The North Star, Polaris, lines up almost perfectly with the Earth's axis of rotation. So if it is centered in the picture, it will appear to be stationary and the other stars will seem to make circular traces around it. This is exactly as it should appear to an observer on a globe Earth rotating on its axis. From the observer's perspective, they are stationary and the stars are moving, though it is actually the other way around. In other words, the time-lapse photos look exactly as expected on a round Earth rotating on its axis aligned with Polaris. I'm not sure why you are having so much trouble understanding this.
The best video on YouTube, IMA Joe. Those flat earthers sure do piss a lot of people off, don't they?
Thanks. Although some people do get upset by them, I think most people just laugh at them. It is both funny and sad at the same time.
What ham radio operators think they know.
No, it is what ham radio operators really do know. You'd know that if you had actually paid attention to the video.
Congrats, Einstein. You really cleared things up. Water sticks to a ball, too.
I'm sure you mean that sarcastically, but I really did, and water actually does stick to a ball. You'd know that if you dunked one in water. Of course, that is due to adsorption rather than to gravity. But that thin film of water on a 2-inch ball is actually thicker relative to the size of the ball than the oceans are relative to the Earth.
Liar, you are a bold-faced liar. I used to be a ham operator, and what you say is nothing but a bold-faced lie.
You call me a liar, but you don't say how I'm lying or how you know I'm lying. So you have said nothing. Since you haven't really said anything, I don't need to say anything in response.
None of your mouth adds up, Skippy. Most hams don't believe what you do, little man.
What part of my math doesn't add up? How do you know? I said in the video that the formula for cutting dipole antennas is adjusted for proximity to the ground, and so doesn't correspond exactly to the speed of light figures. That is because HF dipoles are typically mounted a fraction of a wavelength above ground. VHS plus beams, on the other hand, are usually mounted several wavelengths above ground and are essentially in free space, so the pure speed of light formula holds true. Everything I'm saying can be found in numerous publications from the ARRL, the biggest amateur radio organization in the world. That wraps up this edition of Your Dumb Flat Earth Comments. If these two videos are well received, there may be more editions in the future, perhaps a lot more.